Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be playing Sonic the Hedgehog. So we're going to play through here. Hopefully I don't get too many game overs. Let's see if we can beat this within one video, because I know that it can be done. It's just that I haven't played through Sonic the Hedgehog in, I don't know what is, probably decades now. 20 years maybe. But anyway, let us begin. So Sonic the Hedgehog was not this. This was the first Sega Genesis game that I played at a friend's house, and when I got my own Sega Genesis, it came with a free copy of Altered Beast, and I also got Sonic 2 with it as well. And I'm kind of glad I got Sonic 2 because I would say that it is the better game. It is my favorite Sonic game of all time, and. But Sonic 1 is actually is where things started, and kind of solidified Sonic as Sega's mascot, and he kind of put up he moved consoles, and you know, kind of got Nintendo a little bit well, not a little bit concerned, but I would think that Nintendo was a little bit concerned that you know, there was another mascot that was gaining traction. But anyway, that was back in the 90s during the 16-bit wars between Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and as we all know that we know which company is still, you know, making consoles and making bank today. So, but anyway, yeah, okay. So besides that little opening there, we'll just start the game here, and yeah. So I am playing this on the Mega SG. It came out like 3 months ago. And when I heard the Mega SG was coming out, I was like thinking, wow, I get they made, a company has made a modern Genesis, Sega Genesis, to work on HD TVs. I mean, like yeah, like I was thinking of buying a Sega Genesis, but hearing that there was an HDMI, you know, solution, and I from what I read with the Super NT, that was going to be of the same quality, made by the same guys at Analog, and I realized that, well, and having the Super NT for I think at least a few months before the Mega SG came out, I was pretty happy with the Super NT and how high quality it is. So I thought to myself, the Mega SG is a no-brainer, so I'm gonna get it. And so, just like the Super NT, the Mega SG is, yeah, it feels like a nice, it actually feels like a real console as opposed to other cheap clone systems. Oh, okay, let's get out of here. Oh, okay, that's not the way. Okay, let's get up here. Oh, there we go. Almost. Okay, here we are. So yeah, I mean, like, if you ever played any of the clone consoles or some of the at-games plug-and-play systems, you know it's a poor excuse of emulation, and like most clone consoles and plug-and-play systems by at-games, the emulation, well, it does get the games running, but there's some graphical, you know, well, more like audio glitches. I mean, like, the audio emulation is poor on at-games plug-and-play system, and you know, I think they've nearly tarnished Sega as a hardware brand. They should have never given them those games, because at-games kind of did okay with Atari 2600 games and the Atari 2600 plug-and-play system, and you know, if a company is able to do Atari games okay, I don't think that would, I don't know. I haven't played any plug-and-play systems. I did play the Sega Genesis plug-and-play system, and yeah, the sound was off, and the controllers were infrared, and it was not a great console. There was a lot of games, but all the sound was off on everything. But anyway, that was my little rant about that. But now that you know, M2 is doing the emulation for what do you call it? The Sega Genesis plug-and-play system that's coming out later this year. Yeah, it should be premium. It should be a whole lot better. I am going to get it on the sole fact that there's going to be Contra, what do you call it? There's going to be Contra Hardcore and Castlevania Bloodlines. So those are, and plus, I think, what was it? What was that game called again? There was a game called, the name escapes me, but there are 3 games on there that I'm gonna get it for, just because the cartridges are very expensive, and like Contra is like at least $100. So any game that is, you know, any retro game that is more expensive than the price of a brand new game for a PS4 or a modern system, yeah, I have to really like that game, or else be a hardcore collector in order to get that. You know, I do have a collection of like I have like a bookshelf full of games, and that's it's like jam-packed, like with PS2, PS3, Wii, PS4 games, and Switch, Xbox 360, Xbox One. But the most games I have for one system is the PS3, and that has a lot of PS2 remasters as well. A lot of games I have are physical retail, but I also have, you know, at least a couple hundred, what do you call it, digital games as well. What is this? Is this a 1-up? No. Oh, it's another one. Okay. Well, I was trying to get on top there to try to get that 1-up there, but it looks like it's not going to happen. So, Sonic the Hedgehog was my favorite video game character when I was a kid. Like, I loved playing Mario games, but Sonic had comics and cartoons, toys, and with Mario stuff, it was not as much, because Mario was more like, how should I put it? Well, I didn't find Mario stuff as much as I did Sonic stuff, and I did love the comics too. I brought as much as I could. When I was a kid, I used to buy comic books, like Ninja Turtle comic books, well, some of them, and Sonic the Hedgehog comic books, and video game magazines such as Electronic Gaming Monthly. I really liked the official Sony PlayStation magazine because it came with a demo disc, and oh man, I wish I saved those, because you know, when you become so used to having something, you just kind of take it for granted. Like my demo discs, I just kind of have them laying around with no sleeve, you know, just on top of a VCR or something, or flat on the surface somewhere. You know, if I knew how nostalgic I was gonna get for video games, I would have kept everything I've got as a kid, but I didn't. Mostly because sometimes I would break it, lose it, or else I left a whole box of video games at my mom's place when I moved away, and she had a garage sale, and she sold them, and I asked her, where are my games? And she goes, oh, that box? She goes, yeah, I sold it. And I was like, really? Why? And she goes, well, you weren't playing them. And I was like thinking, oh, I couldn't really get mad at my mom because I didn't want to argue with her logic, and plus I wasn't really bummed out about it as I would be right now, but I was like thinking, oh well, there's always more games. But anyway, so let's see here. I forget how many Sega Genesis games I had. I had at least 8, maybe 9. I might have had more. And then with Super Nintendo games, I've had at least a dozen. I can't remember off the top of my head, because there was a lot of trading and borrowing between me and my friends, and then friends of friends, and you know, you have a cool, awesome game like Street Fighter 2. Everybody had Street Fighter 2, and then you like have an obscure game, and you trade it for somebody to play let's see. I remember I had a copy of a game. I think it was Out of This World, and I traded it. I traded it for Magic Sword. It was an okay game, but you know, I kind of wish I would have kept what do you call it? Out of This World. No, wait. I am misremembering. I did not have Out of This World. I think I had a crappy game. You know, it's been so long that I do not remember what kind of games I had. I remember Super Mario World, not Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I had the original Street Fighter 2. Trying to think what else I had. Man. Yeah, I can't remember. Sonic has passed Act 1. My mind has kind of gone on autopilot when I was playing and talking at the same time. Oh. Okay, let's see here. I'm starting to... I find that that's starting to happen the more I play and do videos, is that I'm able to play a game and not really remember how I was playing it. For all I know is that I probably would have just been... Whoa, no, whoa, that was pretty fast here. Okay. Yeah, you know, that's pretty interesting is that, well, I find pretty interesting is that I have this copy of Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm playing off a cartridge. The cartridge says, not for resale. So I don't know if this... Whoa, son of a gun. So I don't know what is up with it. It says it says in a white banner with red letters, right below Sonic's face, is not for resale. So I don't know if this was some sort of special copy or an early version, but I have it. Oh, it didn't cost me much either. Even though it says not for resale, that rule pretty much went out the window because I brought it pre-owned. I wonder who owned this game before I did, because I brought this game off Luki Games, and oh, excuse me, son of a gun. I brought this game off LukiGames.com, and you know, they are my they're my favorite video game store. I'm pretty sure there are plenty more online. I just didn't come across them. A cousin of mine found it, and he brought a game off it, and I told him this store is actually, this online store seems too good to be true, because I've never actually looked online, but when he got his Chrono Cross in the mail for PS1, I was like, okay, I'm gonna order. So I started ordering off their cartridges, Super Nintendo, Genesis, and it was, yeah, it was pretty good. You know, you could buy off eBay, but sometimes I heard horror stories of, you know, the seller not pulling through and sending the stuff or something. Or you see online that people on eBay would sell something and they would just send like a brick wrapped in paper or something in a box. But I'm pretty sure that doesn't really happen a lot, since sellers want to get money and not get penalized for it. I don't know if I don't know what eBay does other than charge them or terminate their account. But anyway, yeah. I've recently read online that there is the world's first the Sega CD on a cartridge. It's called it's like FPGA cart. It's like they put a Sega CD in a cart so you can play Sega CD games on actual Sega Genesis hardware. And that has me pretty excited. It's just the thing is that I don't have any Sega CD games whatsoever, and I don't think I want to spend $400 Canadian to get a cartridge with games I do not have. I have no disc-based games right now, and the games I do want to get are pretty expensive. You know, like if I want, like I've always wanted to play Snatcher for the Sega CD, but the thing is that I'm looking at well over $1,000 Canadian if I want to get it online. I'm in like, that's crazy. I'm in like, it's just, why is it so expensive? I don't know. I guess a lot of these games had, some of these games that were pretty awesome had only like a limited run, like only a single run of games, I guess. Didn't sell good. Because like the more popular the game was, retro game was, the more copies are floating around, you know, the less valuable they are. So that's my guesstimation on why games are $1,000 plus. I'd also like to get Sonic CD as well. Even though I have it on my PS3 as a digital download, I prefer to own the disc and, you know, to play it on. Oh, okay, I guess that's the way I should go. Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm almost there. Okay, I'm just gonna take it easy here. Oh, don't freak out. Don't freak out. Just gotta tell myself to. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So how many chaos? We got 3 chaos emeralds now. That's good. I forget how many of there are there. Are there 7 or are there 8? Ooh, and I got to continue as well. I'll be needing those as I go along. So we are in Marble Zone number 3. There should be a Dr. Robotnik boss fight at the end of this one. Oh. Okay, let's see. What was I talking about again? Was I going this way? No, maybe I'll go this way. Oh yeah, I was talking about that cartridge. It's called... Whoa! Oh, son of a gun. Let's get out of here. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on, coin. Oh, coin. Ring. Okay, I need a ring or else I'm gonna die. But yeah, the cartridge is called the Mega SD, which is a little bit confusing if you have the Mega SG. So the Mega SD is a Sega CD in a cartridge for the Sega Genesis, and you can rip your Sega CD discs and put it on a micro SD and put it in your Mega SD cartridge and play it off a Sega Genesis. That is awesome. It's like the it's like the equivalent of the Super Game Boy, except it's more of a technical marvel. Likewise, for for a small company that is just made up of dudes who do this as a hobby, and yeah, like I'm eventually, it's on my to get list, but right now there are other things I want to get, like the what is that, USB AVS, I think it's called. It's an FPGA, what do you call it, NES console, because Analog doesn't do Nintendo anymore, the 8-bit Nintendo system. For some reason they say it's too complicated or it requires too much work, and yeah. But I'd like to do up one of these days an NES collection. Oh, come on! I'm gonna have to take one hit there to get across. And also, I like to get I'm saving up my coins for an HDMI an RGB, a SCART. Oh, I don't know what it is. An N64 with I forget what it is. I basically want to get a modded N64 that works with RGB signal to SCART, and then I have a converter which converts SCART to USB HDMI. So most of the games that I'm playing, I'm capturing on a an Elgato HD60, and yeah, it takes HDMI inputs. So every game I'm playing on here is being captured through HDMI, which is pretty good though, because like HDMI is pretty good for high definition screens. But with what do you call it? With consoles like PS2, I have a PS2 that I have component cables for, and I also have a converter for that as well, component to HDMI. Like a lot of these connections I have, they are not the best, but you know, they do the job. And what do you call it? And when I recently got my Sega Saturn, I looked online. Earlier, what is it? This year, I got a nice bonus check. I've did a lot of overtime, and at the same time, just the stars aligned, and I got a whole bunch of. I got like pretty much an extra 2 paychecks on top of my 1 paycheck, and I was like thinking, you know what? I'm gonna get something that I would never normally get on a paycheck to paycheck thing, and I brought a Sega Saturn with a SCART mod with the HDMI converter, and I also brought I think there was 4 games with it at the time, so it is pretty awesome. I'm gonna do a couple of playthroughs on Sega Saturn and slowly build up my collection there as well. But I know that what do you call it? The Sega Saturn is not going to last forever, so I'm probably going to have to. Well, the CD drive on the Sega Saturn is not going to last forever, so I'm probably going to get an SD card reader for it. There's a modification for it, and you can connect it directly in the Sega Saturn. So, gotta order that part there. These like, you know, everything regarding retro gaming is so expensive. I mean, like, I don't know, like, this is the amount of money I used on retro gaming. I could have brought like so many PS4 consoles. But if I had to put a number on how much money I used, well, maybe I shouldn't do that, because people are gonna judge me for how much money I used on retro gaming. It'd be like, bro, you could have brought some. You could have brought this game for a PS4. You could have brought this, and you could have brought that. You could have had a bigger collection. But you know what? A lot of there's always gonna be like dozens and dozens upon games that you'll want to buy right away, but I'm kind of a patient gamer, and I will wait for a brand new game to drop down to like a good price for my impulse buying for a brand new game is $30. But if I really want it, like Dragon Quest 11, I brought Dragon Quest 11 at full price just because I really wanted it. And but there are games where I will wait for it to drop down, like well, I was gonna buy God of War anyway for the PS4. The latest God of War, I was gonna buy it full price, but I was waiting for payday, and then a coworker of mine asked me, "Did you play God of War?" And I was like, "No, not yet, but I'm planning to get it." And he goes, "Okay." And he says, "Oh, I'll sell you my copy." And I was like, "How much you want it for?" He goes, $50. And I was like, And I told him, well, it's not that I wasn't going to say no. I just said to him, I'll think about it, because I didn't have any money at the time. And then I guess that kind of wore him down. I wasn't trying to haggle him, but he said, okay, $40. And I looked at him, I said, sold. And then I told him the reason that not reason. I told him that, you know, I can't give you the money right now, but on payday I will for sure. And then he's like, okay, I'll bring it tomorrow, and you can pay me on payday. I'm like, awesome. So as soon as I got it, I just immediately wanted to play it. But the thing is, I've never played through the God of War trilogy on the PS2 and PS3. Like, I never played through God of War 1, 2, and 3, but, you know, shame on me, just because, well, I kind of got out of gaming for a while there when I was in university, during my university years, and I was living in a bottle, borderline alcoholic. Well, I guess you could say that I was an alcoholic, and I kind of just didn't think about gaming a lot, so. But, you know, nowadays, now that I've kind of slowed down on, you know, the party life, and, you know, it just becomes, after it became a miserable experience, I decided, I'm gonna get back into gaming. So I brought a Nintendo Wii. This was like about 11 years ago. I brought a Nintendo Wii, and I enjoyed Super Mario Galaxy immensely, and so I started buying games for it. And I even brought a lot of digital Nintendo games, like digital downloads for the Wii, because they had the Virtual Console, and I got back into gaming around that time. I had at least maybe close to 200 games off the Virtual Console. And I gave my Virtual Console to my brother as a wedding gift, and it had all those games on there. But the thing was that I was trying to find a way to transfer, those games onto a new Nintendo Wii, and I found out that Nintendo doesn't really have an account system. But I gave that Wii to my brother anyway, and I just said, enjoy. And but after that, I realized, because Nintendo really locks their games to one system, I was like, you know what, I'm done with digital downloads. I am not gonna invest in the Virtual Console store or eShop or anything unless, it's a digital only title. So I started saying to myself, like, I'm gonna start collecting physical games only, just because I've been burned by digital downloads. But there are some games that are only available digitally, like what was that Cuphead game? Yeah, Cuphead for the Xbox, and I think it's now out on the Switch. That's a digital only game. I don't think it has a physical release. Oh no. Okay, let's get stuck down here. Okay, get up here. Alright. So you gotta pardon me if I'm talking a lot about other stuff other than what I'm playing here. It's just that, I'm getting used to conversing with myself, basically. Because before, in my early videos, I was always I was trying to get this channel off the ground, this YouTube channel off the ground for 2 years, and because I must have filmed at least over 100 videos. In my first video, there was a lot of dead air, and there was a lot of I couldn't really carry a conversation. Like, I would start a topic, and then I couldn't really carry a subject, and I would start a topic, and then I would immediately forget what I was talking about, and then dead air once again, and I was stumbling over my words. It was really bad. But after about 100 videos, I was more or less kind of improving. Oh no. But the thing was, the reason why it took me so long to launch my YouTube channel is because I was never happy with the videos I was making. And so earlier this year, I just told myself, you know what, I'll never be happy with what I am making. I am being a perfectionist, and I think the perfectionist in me will say, like, you know, if I went by that logic, I think I would have never launched a YouTube channel. And so I just said, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna start releasing videos. And I'm kind of glad I did, because it feels like a weight off my shoulders. And oh, son of a gun. And now that I have videos out and about, I kind of have this sense of pride, like, yep, I put over 50, I think at the time of this writing, 90 videos. I haven't really looked at my YouTube video count yet. And I think people are starting to watch my videos, because I've seen a couple of people comment on some random videos. And, you know, when that happened, when I found, one day I checked up on my notifications and I got a couple of comments on my other videos, I immediately became anxious, because I was like thinking, oh no, people are starting to notice, I better pull the plug. But no, I just told myself, you know what, people are watching my videos because they of a game I'm playing, and they want to see some gameplay, and you know, it's just I'm glad people are checking out my videos. Haven't really got any subscribers yet, except for one person. So, but you know, I'm not making videos to really entertain anyone, but I'm just making videos just because it feels like something. It feels like a nice little hobby, and yeah, I'll do this for as long as I want. Oh, because I don't know how long I'm gonna do this YouTube channel. Because eventually, you know, it's all things come to an end, right? So I don't know if I'll, because I know there's no way I'll be able to play through all my games, and there's and eventually the quick plays are gonna come to an end, because it's been like months since I brought any new game whatsoever. But I still have like over 1,000 games to play through, so it's going to be at least a couple of years before I even catch up to featuring all my games on the quick play videos. Whoa! Like, I know that this channel is called Digital Backlog, and I'm doing a long play on Sonic the Hedgehog. But the reason why I chose Sonic the Hedgehog is because I haven't beaten it in a long time, and I just kind of felt like I needed to break up some. I needed a shorter long play video for in between breaks, because right now I've when I upload this will be after the day after the last God of War video, and you know, in between long Let's Plays, I'm gonna be putting shorter games that won't take 30 plus videos to finish. Okay, here's the boss battle. Oh. Let's wait for him to drop down. Okay, I'm gonna have to put a pause on that thought and focus on this boss battle. Okay, let's wait for him to come down again. I think I better go over here. There we go. Because if I get rid of too many blocks on the right side, because I remember I got rid of the middle, near the middle here, and I was left with one block to try jump across. Yeah, I couldn't make it. And I think that was the first time I've beaten this level, because I remember when I first played through Sonic the Hedgehog, I found it kind of difficult just because I wasn't that good of a player at the time, and I was real impatient when it came to playing some video games. Like, you know, playing Sonic the Hedgehog, I was told that it's a you know, Sonic's got to go fast, right? So you got to beat the level as fast as you can. So I try to, you know, speed run through Sonic the Hedgehog, but you know, it's a platforming game, so you don't really need to do that. It's not essential. But it is nice to be able to speed through you know, like some of the courses here, especially in Sonic 2, like in the chemical plant zone. There's a lot of little set pieces where you just kind of run real fast. Okay, I think this level here that I'm playing is one of the levels that I used to die on all the time, because like the boss level on this zone here is where you have to race Dr. Robotnik to the top, and because I was trying to get through it as fast as I can, I would always die before I beat the boss, and yeah, it just was very, very frustrating. Okay, so I always make sure I have enough air to make sure that I do not listen or hear that music. You know which music I'm talking about, that drowning music. That is the most anxiety-inducing song tune ever. Because my buddy, I think it was my cousin was telling me, could you imagine you're about to die and you hear that music just seconds before you black out? I'm like, man, that's horrible. Why are you filling my mind up with anxiety? Okay, whoa, let's get out of here. Like, whoever created that song was a genius. He just knew exactly how to make a song sound like panic mode. A song, I should have called that song, I don't know what that song is officially called. Oh. Yikes. Okay, there we go. We are good. Okay. Alright. Whoa! Okay, good. So, oh man, okay, that was a dumb move. You're gonna have to excuse me for a moment. I am running out of saliva. Okay, we are back. If you watched quite a bit of my videos, you'll notice that I sometimes will make a lot of mistakes or die stupid deaths. Yeah, that's probably not gonna change, but and also, oh no, I watched some of my own videos just to kind of see how you know, my speech pattern and stuff like that, and how my confidence is growing throughout the videos. One thing I notice is that about my commentary is that I sometimes point out obvious things, like things of what I'm doing, and you know, just real obvious thoughts, and I realize that's just me just trying to, you know, trying to keep from going silent for too long, just because, you know, as a YouTube Let's Player, you know, you need to talk, and I guess you know, humor can be a part of it, but you know, for me, like my humor works best when I'm working with somebody. But oh no, okay, but when I'm doing but when I'm by myself, like doing something like this, I'm a little more laid back, so that might not be for everybody. But you know, if you watch my videos, I appreciate it. I just appreciate anybody watching my videos. So thank you for whoever watched and commented, and yeah, it means a lot to me. It means to me more than you think. Because, like, I've put out videos, I was expecting to put out videos for years and not hear anyone, and, you know, I wasn't going to allow myself to get discouraged just because nobody likes, subscribed, or comments, or anything like that. Even if I got no views, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm doing this as a hobby, and once it stops becoming fun and becomes, you know, an obligation, and it's like, if I have to do this, that's probably when I'm not gonna, that's probably when the day I'll quit doing this. But at the moment right now, I'm actually enjoying myself, even though if it's just me here. So, yeah. One thing I will share with you, the viewers, that I'm doing this. I'm not trying to get famous or anything like that, but I'm doing this with nobody's knowledge. I mean, like, anybody who knows me doesn't know that I'm making a YouTube channel. Oh, excuse me. Nobody knows. Well, I should actually say that there are people who know that I make videos. They just don't know the name of my YouTube channel. Because I don't want to do that thing where, you know, I tell friends and family, like, hey, I made a YouTube channel, you better watch or else I'm gonna be upset, you know. I don't want to give anybody the obligation to watch my YouTube channel, to watch and subscribe and stuff like that, because that kind of viewership is just, I don't know, it's not genuine. Oh no, whoa, okay, there we go. And plus, I don't know. Like, oh no, you know what? I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I was going with that. Sometimes I just go off on a rant and a rabbit trail and just talk about random stuff. Oh, ouch! Ouch! Oh, double whammy. Okay, so Labyrinth Zone is where I'm gonna start to lose lives. Gonna lose sleep too. Okay, here we go. Let's keep good. Come on, let's go. I'm just gonna keep going here. Okay, let's get some air here. There we go. Didn't even have to hear the panic music. Whoa. Okay, let's go. I just jump over this guy. So yeah, nobody really knows my YouTube channel. Oh, like I'm not even trying to actively, promote myself, or go on Reddit and beg people to watch my channel. If you find my channel and you like watching my videos, then alright, awesome. Because the content I feature is more about my love of gaming in general. I'm also pretty passionate about the FPGA video gaming, like FPGA consoles that use actual hardware to run cartridges, and maybe if somebody makes a disc-based system, that would be pretty awesome. But yeah, I've always been pretty interested in consoles and stuff like that. Even the plug-and-play consoles are what do you call it? They catch my interest. Oh, okay. Like for plug-and-play consoles, I have the NES and Super NES Classic, the PlayStation Classic. Oh man, that was a little bit disappointing. That was a lot disappointing, actually. And I have the Neo Geo Mini, which I had to import because I can't find it nowhere in Canada. So I had to pay like close to $250 to get one. Yeah, so I kind of paid. It's one thing that sucks about the Canadian dollar is that the Canadian dollar is kind of sunk recently. Like, we used to be on par with the US dollar, and video games now, brand names in Canada cost $80. And you know, I used to complain about $60 games, and man, do I miss $60 games now. Price of everything is going up in Canada, and yet I'm being paid the same. Isn't that sad? Pay a lot of taxes, and you know. Oh, okay, let's get some air. Where's the air? Okay, come on, come on. Give me that sweet. Oh, yes. So, yeah. Complaining about Canada. Too much money. Too much. The cost of living is a little too much, and oh, I'm not being paid enough. It's almost like I need a second job just to afford luxuries. Well, I recently had a decent paying job. I was working in a management position for a little while, but it was on an overnight job, and I don't know, the lack of sleep was starting to get to me, and 7 years too long of lack of sleep it just caught up to me, and I just could no longer sustain you know, my sanity trying to just keep running up here. Okay, I'm just gonna keep running up. I don't know how fast, if that water is ever gonna stop or not. I don't know how high I'm supposed to go. Oh, let's get this thing here. There he is. So all I gotta do is oh, okay, try not to. Oh no. Okay, as long as I don't drown. Wow. One hit and I'm dead. Oh. Okay, so that might take a little bit of practice. How many lives do I have? I have 2 lives. And oh, okay, let's go up here. We need to find a ring box. Let's see if we can get something here. Nope, nothing here. Let's keep going up. I'm gonna have to concentrate a little bit on. Oh, gonna have to concentrate a little bit on my plane here. Oh, look at that. Wow. Okay, let's try not to get... Oh, son of a gun. Okay. Okay, I don't know if the main thing is... I think I'm just gonna try survive to get to the top instead of trying to hit him. So, I don't know if... okay, because it's been a long time since I played this, and I don't know if that's what I'm supposed to do, but so I'm gonna try to figure this out as I go along. Okay. You know, I mean, with this, with my Mega SG, I got the 8-bit DO controller. You know, the Sega Genesis 6-button style controller, and it's a pretty comfy controller, I might say. Like, it really feels comfortable in my hands. It's the most comfortable Sega Genesis controller I've ever held. Oh, look at that! We made it! Oh, okay, he ran away. Alright, so I think I kind of got a little hung up on trying to defeat him instead of, you know, reaching the top in a safe manner. Alright, so... Starlight Zone. Okay, let's do this. Oh, okay, I was expecting to go down for some reason. And there's a one up there, so I'm gonna run this way, and hopefully it resets. Oh, yes. Good. Okay, let's go up here. Wow, it's, you know, it's been a... I totally forgot there was, oh, a Starlight Zone. Like, I totally forgot about... Because it's been so long since I played the original Sonic the Hedgehog, I wasn't too sure if what I was playing was the last level. I don't know why I thought the Labyrinth Zone was the last level. Oh, crud. Made a dumb move there. Okay, let's go. Wow. Alright. So, there's a few games I want to get on cartridge for the Sega Genesis. I have a small little collection of... I have almost every Sonic game for the Sega Genesis, with the exception of... what was it? Sonic 3D Blast? And I think it's just Sonic 3D Blast, because I have Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic Spinball, and what else do I have on cartridge? Altered Beast. I think that's about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's all I have. But it's pretty neat though, playing Sonic games off a cartridge. It's like what do you call it? And it's also pretty neat, like playing like, you know, cartridge based, you know, like Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis again off the original cartridges, and you know, if I want, I can use the original controllers too. Like I have the 3-button controller for the Sega Genesis, and occasionally, once in a while, I will play Sonic 2 with my 3-button controller. Whoa! I might do that for my Sonic 2 long play, just for nostalgia's sake. Okay, let's go over here. Wow. Okay. It's pretty weird. I mean, like, look in the background. It's a city. Like, I don't like the planet that Sonic is on is Mobius, according to the comic books. But I don't know if if it's canon for Sonic games. I have no idea. Look in the background. It's a city. You know, I don't think Sonic fits as a character in the real world, because I've seen if anyone's seen recently, within the first couple, what do you call it, Sonic the Hedgehog teasers, especially with that trailer, Sonic doesn't look good in live action. And I hear they're delaying the movie till next year to fix that. So I'm looking to see how they're going to make Sonic look now as opposed to how he looked before, because it was weird. He had 2 eyes, and you know, I mean, like, I didn't mind Sonic too much the way he looked. It's just that it was weird. And the thing that bothered me the most was his very humanoid looking body. I mean, like, if they made his body type look a little bit more like what you see right here, like the way he looks, his head is a little bit bigger, and his, you know, if they made him look a little bit more like that, then it wouldn't have been fine. But it almost feels like that Sonic is a person wearing a fursuit or something, a bodysuit. Like, he still kind of has a big head, but his body just looks wrong. And his hairy, muscular legs and everything, I don't know, I didn't like it. Like, his face is fine, and he had teeth, so what? And like, he's a living creature, he should have teeth, right? Oh! But I don't know, he still kind of looked ugly. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Would have been nice if they just did a cartoon, like a 3D animated video, like a Pixar film in a Pixar style. I would have preferred that as opposed to the live action thing they're trying to do with Sonic. And I hear they're making a Super Mario, like a Mario movie too, but they're doing it in the computer animated style. So let's see how that comes out. I think it'll work better than the previous live action Mario movie, because that movie was weird with its tone. Like, it had like the backdrop of the Mario Brothers movie was, I don't know, it looked real nitty gritty, but it had a very lighthearted sense of humor, I guess, the lighthearted tone, and it, I don't know, it was just weird. Okay, here's Dr. Robotnik. Let's try to get rid of him. Let's see. Oh. Whoa. Okay, I need to time these a little bit better. Okay, let's do this. Alright, got him. So I guess I'll just use the middle one here. Okay, come this way. I think I'm supposed to get him 6 times or something. Okay. This is not too hard. I don't know how many times I hit him already. I'm thinking I got one more hit and then he's done for. Maybe one more. Okay, come on. I don't know how many times I gotta hit him, but we'll get there eventually. Well, there we go. Alright, so I think we're getting close to the end of the game here. Sonic has passed Act 3. Okay. Scrap Brain Zone 1. So I think this is probably the last zone of the game. Oh, oh no! I died. Okay, so I'm guessing this is probably going to be the hardest zone in the game, because I'm guessing that this is the last one. Okay, unless I'm wrong. Oh. This kind of reminds me of that one zone in Sonic 2. I forget what it's called, because I played more Sonic 2 than this one. Oh. I played Sonic 2 more than I did any other Sonic game. Oh, okay, there we go. Let's make a run. The one move that I'm missing here in this game is that spin dash. He doesn't have it in this one, because this being the first Sonic game, he didn't have some of the moves that he has in the later games. Wow. Okay. Oh. Okay. There we go. Go. Whoa. A little bit of slowdown there. I wonder if there's anything down there. I'm not gonna check. Whoa, okay. Come on. There we go. Oh, great. Okay, we gotta time this then. Oh. Okay, let's wait for these to come back. Press that, and there we go. Oh, oh. Whoa. Whoa, that was lucky. Could have dropped to my death there. Okay. Alright, we got some rings here. I think I'm going the right way. Okay, yeah. I should be going the right way. Oh, let's get rid of these, whatever these are. Whoa. Alright. Sonic has passed Act 1. Okay, since we are near the end of the game, I might as well just keep this video going. Because usually in because I remember I made the decision to make my long plays an hour each, but since this game is since this game is a little bit will take a little bit longer than an hour, I will just keep going. Okay, there we go. Okay, where do I need to... Okay, here we go. Alright, let's keep going along here. Oh no! Okay, there we go. Okay, those things are kind of tricky. Whoa! Okay, let's go. Oh! Close call. Oh, okay. Yep. Alright. Oh no, this looks... Okay, go! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa. Oh man. Sometimes I get real lucky when I'm playing games. I'm glad I'm capturing, what do you call it? I'm able to capture my gameplays now, because I've caught a couple of glitches in my old videos, but I've since deleted them just because I needed the hard drive space before I updated my hard drive to 4 terabytes, because I had a 1 terabyte hard drive before, and that kind of filled up almost immediately with the amount of videos I was making. Wow, okay, here we go. I might have to get another 4 terabyte hard drive soon, because well, I guess I gotta start deleting some files off this hard drive soon, because I'm down to 800 gigabytes. I know that's a lot, but you know, sooner or later I still gotta upgrade, because, you know, writing and deleting off a hard drive, you know, shortens its lifespan. And banana. Sorry. Okay. You know, slowest exploding grenades in the world. Okay, so far so good. Oh! I thought I was in the clear. There we go. And that is that for Act 2 on Scrap Brain. Okay, so I'm thinking this is the final. It feels final. Oh, there's Dr. Robotnik. No! Scrap Brain Zone 3. Oh, okay, this does feel like a final level, so... Oh, okay, I remember this is the final level, because it looks like the Labyrinth Zone. Okay, yeah, I remember. Now I remember why I thought Scrap Brain... No, Scrap Brain. Labyrinth Zone was the final level, because it looks... the final level looks like this. Okay. Alright, we need some rings here. Where can we find some rings? Give me rings. There we go. Okay, now for some air. You know, even though what do you call it, Analog just released this Mega SG console about 3 months ago, I'm still waiting to see what they have up their sleeve next, if they're gonna make another console, because it seems like every year they come out with something new. So I wouldn't expect the new console to be released this year, or even to be probably going to be announced late in the year. Something. Oh no, I'm gonna die! Goodbye, cruel world. Oh, I was just a... Oh man. Oh well, it's game over anyway. I was gonna say I almost got that blue checkpoint. Game over. So how many continues do I have? 2? Oh yes, I do. Okay, so as long as I don't die too many times, I should be fine. So I've got 3 fresh lives to begin with. So I wonder what I wonder what Analog is gonna announce for next year, if they make an announcement, because they're not obligated to make something every year, right? So, but it'd be nice though. Like, I could imagine something along the lines of a TurboGrafx 16 console, you know, or something obscure like oh, could you imagine if they made a Neo Geo FPGA system? Cartridges are real expensive. I mean, like, I've seen some cartridges go for $1,000 easy. Oh. Okay, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! And we got the checkpoint. Okay, I'm not gonna try to go too far without getting an air bubble. Alright, let's go. Come on, air bubble. There we go. Whoa, oh. Let's jump over these guys here. And air bubble. Alright. We are good. Come on. I need air, yet I move very slowly underwater. Come on, air bubble. Yes. Oh, just about got that music. Okay, here we go. No, no, no! Okay, I was trying to go for that little spot there, but didn't quite make it. Alright. Let us go forward. I'm just gonna go forward, go forward. There we go. Okay. Oh, another game I want to get for the Sega Genesis is the Shining Force series. There's Shining Force 1 and 2. I have the Ultimate Sonic Sega Genesis collection on the PS3, but it doesn't look as sharp as playing it off this system here. Like, I probably will resort to playing that if, well, I'll probably play that for my quick plays. Oh, there we go. I made it this time. Okay, come on, air bubble. But yeah, like, the thing with Shining Force is that it's a strategy tactical RPG, and those can take me a while, because that is not my forte of RPGs. Okay, let's go bring that up. Come on. I'd like to play through Shining Force, but given the nature of the strategy, I'm not too sure if I'll be able to do it, because there are some games that I can't beat, like Battletoads for the NES. I can't beat that. I've tried for years and years, but I think I'll just need some daily practice and perseverance to do so, because the same thing happened to me with Altered Beast. I mean, like, I brought Altered Beast on cartridge and I played it for a few hours, but I still was sucking at it as much as I did back when I was a kid. But you know, after a couple days practicing for an hour or two, I think it was a few days actually, and I finally was able to beat Altered Beast. It just took a lot of memorization and how to play it. One thing I noticed that the way I play now compared to when I was a kid is that oh, come on, I can't die here. Come on, let's go. Come on. Oh, died. There we go. Alright, so this is proving to be a bit of a challenge. So let us see here. Let's see if we could do this. Okay, I'm going to be very careful on going forward here. Oh, let's take care of this guy. Oh, son of a gun. Okay. Whoa! Okay, there we go. I can finally move forward. Come on. Come on, we could do this. We could do this. Come on, we could do this. Come on. Just takes a little bit of... Okay, there we go. We should be good. Come on, air bubble. Alright. Oh, you son of a gun. At least I got one ring. Okay. Let's get the air bubble. Continue moving on. As long as I have one ring, I should be good. Okay, up. Oh, it's just right there. Jeez. Oh, there we go. Final zone. Okay, let's take care of this here. Okay, I remember now. So you'll pop in and out. And just gotta wait for these guys to drop down. Okay. It's not too hard. I think this is not the final battle, but whoa! Son of a gun. Game over! Okay, hopefully I'll start right from here. So I got one more game over to use, so that gives me 3 lives left. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Oh yes. Okay, so I'll try keep okay, 1. Then through here. Oh, 2. Three. Okay. 3 more. And I have no rings. Oh, 4. Alright. Okay, just gotta keep calm. Got him. 5. One more ought to do it. I don't know if he's gonna jump into a big... oh. 6. Okay, I guess 8. Or 7. Oh no! I had to go into a spin. Okay, just keep calm. Oh, missed. Okay, still have time. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Gotcha. So is that 8? Maybe it's 10 times. Oh, that was close. As long as I escaped. So either escape or get a hit in. There we go. Oh, I missed. Got him. Oh, and he's done for. Is this the end or... Okay, we just gotta chase after him now. Got him. Oh, look at that. And we won. Awesome. Okay, and I was on my last 3 lives there too. And look at that. All the animals we saved. Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, I was a little worried that I might have to start from the beginning again. But yeah, what was I saying again? I lost my train of thought earlier. What I noticed from when I played as a kid to now is that I am a little more perseverant when it comes to playing video games, because I know that when I was a kid, if I died at a certain level and I would just continue to die the same way and you know, trying too hard, and it would just frustrate me, and I would rage quit and not finish the game. But nowadays I've learned how to, you know, just keep going at it until I finally beat it, and Altered Beast has kind of taught me how to, you know, to make it through. So I think this is the 2nd or 3rd time I've ever beaten Sonic the Hedgehog, because I've beaten Sonic the first time as a kid. I think I was 11, maybe 10, and then I beat it again when I got what was it, Sonic Sonic the Hedgehog collection on the PS2. I beat it then. And this is the third time I've ever beaten the first Sonic, so we did it. Oh man. No, I hope they never completely abandon the Sonic the Hedgehog 2D formula, because I was real glad when Sonic Mania came out and I played through it and beat it, but I didn't capture it, I didn't record it just because, you know, just because I was just kind of drawn into it. So anyway, oh look at that, I have 3 emeralds that I didn't get, so, but I am not playing to be a completionist, so I'm not gonna bother with trying to do that. I'll leave that to other YouTubers, but anyway, so I'd like to thank you for joining me on this video to play through Sonic the Hedgehog, and we will catch you again tomorrow with a different playthrough. So until then, we'll see ya. Have a good one.